Hello everyone, my name's Brian, and welcome to another edition of Brian Plays a Deck that he should be good at. So this is Modern Burn, but it's a slightly modified version of Modern Burn that I play personally. This is also the deck that I play in paper when it's an event worth winning. By that I mean sometimes you're there just to have fun, and other times the prize is so lucrative you really do want to give it a try. And this is my sweaty try-hard deck. So welcome to Boros Burn Kinda Sorta. So what's the difference between my Modern Burn deck and a Modern Burn deck that you'll run into if somebody just gets it off of MTG Goldfish? Well, pretty much I'm running 4 Dragon Rage Channelers, 4 Mishra's Baubles, and 2 Ragavans, cutting some Rift Bolts and cutting the, no, not Light Up the Stage, Skewer the Critics. So pretty much to run through it, like I said, for Dragon Rage Channeler, 2 Goblin Guide, because I cut 2 for 2 Ragavan. I'm not running 4 Ragavan, because he is still legendary, and sometimes getting that extra damage in with Goblin Guide is just better in my opinion. 4 Lava Spike, 4 Lightning Bolt, 4 Monastery Swift Spear, which actually get better thanks to the baubles, and finally 2 Ragavans. So the Dragon Rage Channelers are there so I can run less lands. It allows me to kind of manipulate the top of my deck to find damage when I need it, find creatures when I need it, and also flying and dealing through damage every turn is kind of what this deck wants to do anyway. The Ragavans are fascinating. So I've heard recently that if you play Ragavan turn 1 and he connects turn 2, it's something like a 75% chance to win the game. And I kind of have to agree. While Burn isn't a deck that necessarily wants to give up cards to ramp, all of the benefits of Ragavan, it dealing damage, it ramping, is certainly not bad. So he's not a 4 of. I do have 4 in paper, but I only run the 2 in this deck. 4 Eidolon, they're great. They just deal all sorts of damage, both to you and your opponent, so do keep an eye on that. 4 Searing Blaze, great removal in Burn. 4 Boros Charm, still nothing interesting here. 4 Lightning Helix. Now this is more Lightning Helixes than a normal Burn List will run. Normally it'll only run 2, but in this deck it just seems to work that way. And 2 Rift Bolts. Again, just looking to deal more damage as efficiently as possible. These are often cut in sideboarding. Whether or not that's correct is up for debate. Personally, it seems to work for me. For the sideboard, we have fetch lands, we have 4 Inspiring Vantages, 2 basic mountains, 2 Sacred Foundries, Canopy lands to redraw, because redrawing in this deck is important. Although, again, sometimes Ragavan will just draw you the cards you need from your opponent's deck, and more fetch lands. 18 lands total is pretty low compared to most Burn decks, but again, I have Manipulation with Dragon Rage Channeler, and I have Ramp with Ragavan. Finally, in the sideboard, we have 3 Path to Exiles. Get the big thing out of your way, because once a creature has more than 4 toughness, I really can't get rid of it outside of a Path. Also, if you're going in a mirror match, it's helpful to have Path to Exile, because you can get rid of their pro-white creatures. Speaking of pro-white creatures, creatures, there we go, Brian. Sanctifier Envect, pro-black and pro-red. It also exiles black and red things from graveyard. So it's a twofer. It does graveyard things, and it also essentially stands in front of Death Shadow. 2 Core Firewalkers if you go up against Blitz or a Shadow or a Mirror with Burn. 3 Roiling Vortexes. These kind of took the side of Rest in Peace, because most things that are doing graveyard things are doing things for free, and this kind of stops it. Also, these are great because they can make it so that your opponent can't gain life, and really, if your opponent gains like 3 life, the game's over. You've pretty much lost unless you're in a very demanding, commanding position. Man, I'm getting all sorts of words wrong in this intro. Sorry, folks. 3 Smash to Smithereens, good against artifact decks, great against things like Chalice and Snaring Bridge, things that you just got to get out of the way. And the fact that it does damage is awesome. And finally, 2 Deflecting Palms. These are the Uno reverse cards. They're a no-you. Now, here's the thing about this deck. I called it my sweaty try-hard deck, and literally yesterday, I'm recording this on a Tuesday, and Monday I had Monday Night Magic at my local LGS, and we had a Win a Modern Horizons 2 box, and the tournament started with 10 people, so I realized that's not a ton of people in this tournament, but I did win the event. I won the Modern box. Me and a friend split it. We got essentially to the final. We said, hey, let's just split it as is. Ron, if you're watching, howdy. Hope you cracked good things out of your packs. And yeah, I decided, hey, let's show this off online. Let's see if it's as good online as it is in my local meta, and let's take it from there. So let's play some games. Join me, won't you? All right, we have won the die roll. Hip hip hooray. This actually looks like an ideal hand, so this is an easy keep. We got 2 lands, 2 instants, or an instant and a sorcery, and a whole bunch of creatures. So really with Burn, yeah, you can throw burn at your opponent's face, but sometimes it's just correct to take things out of your way. Let's just get the Sacred Fountain. Now, no idea what my opponent's up to, but Goblin Guide will give us some information. All right, what are you up to? Basic Forest. Well, that tells us very little. So this could be Tron, this could be Yawgmoth, this could be Mono Green Stompy, this could be all sorts of things. Utopia Sprawl. It could even be Elementals, which is what I think does that. Elementals are Titan, I suppose. Okie dokie, so let's go ahead and just keep on smashing with normal burn stuff. We're going to let Dragon Rage Channeler just kind of sit where she is right now, and we'll Swifty, and we'll let Lava Spike. We're just trying to go fast because our opponent's going to take a minute to set up here, and hopefully by the time they've set up, they're at a nice low life value, so we can still crunch them good. Arbor Elf, so this is Titan, it looks like. I mean, they're already at 11. It's turn 2. They have more basics in their hands, so they don't have to... Oh, no, okay, well, they'll deal themselves at least 1 damage. I don't think they'll deal themselves 3. Dealing themselves 3 just seems wrong at this point. Another basic forest, so... What was this on? It was on red, okay. Are they just gonna play... Oh, red. Is this just Blood Moon? Pillage! Takes out one of our lands. That's annoying. Well, we still have a Lava Spike. Lightning Bolt. Well, we're just got a Lava Spike. Just deal them damage while we can. If they have more pillages, that's going to be annoying, but we might get to a spot where it would have been smarter to play Dragon Rage Channeler so we can manipulate the top of our deck, but hopefully it doesn't come to that. Chandra Torch of Defiance. Is this just like red-green mid-range? They have to put something in front of our creatures right now. There's Chandra. Okay, well, is Chandra just going to pick off one of our creatures? Or do they tick up? Well, no, they can't pillage our land. Oh, no, they're just going to kill Goblin Guide. That's fine. I mean, we have Lightning Bolt, so they're probably dead. Okay, we draw Goblin Guide. We just go to bolt them. There's no way this rural deck has any sort of counterspell, so... Yep, game 1. Game 1 essentially just doing standard burn things. Sanctifiers are probably fine. I don't know, Paths are a maybe. We can take out the 2 Rift Bolts. We can put in 2 Sanctifiers. And, like, we don't know anything else. And I realize we're taking 6 damage out of the deck to put down things that may or may not be helpful. Hopefully they don't have Clothis. I mean, do we just want to put in Roiling Vortex instead? No, let's just run it like this. This should be fine, being honest. All right, so here's the thing about this deck, especially when your opponent is playing land destruction. Do not keep a 1-lander. Period, the end, don't do it. All. This is better. We can keep this. We don't have any Dragon Rage Channeler, so we can get rid of Bobble and not feel bad about it. So turn 1 Goblin Guide to turn 2 Dashavan seems pretty sweet. So there's a Swifty, but Goblin Guide deals 2 damage turn 1. If we had kept our Bobble, then the Swift Spear actually would have been better than a Goblin Guide, because now we might give them a land, and helping the big mana deck probably isn't our best bet. Yeah, no, they found another forest. So we are just helping our opponent left and right. I mean, it is that time of year. It is the season to be quite giving to your opponent. And there's a Lightning Bolt. Okay, well, theoretically, Goblin Guide did 3 damage because they fetch shocked. Now the question is, are they going to see Ragavan coming? If they play Steve, then we might play something slightly different, but just an Arbor Elf. So, in this situation, what we're actually going to do is Brian's going to be a big old liar. Going to get a Sacred Foundry. And I'm just going to blow up their Arbor Elf. Keep them off of big mana. So I kind of mentioned that in the first game where you really do just want to keep your opponent's board clear. Now, obviously, this would be a million times better if Goblin Guide was still alive. But let's see what their next play here is. Is this Clothis? Ay, that's bad. Clothis means we have to try and close out this game super quickly, because they're just going to gain 2 life every turn. So play Arid Mesa, crack Arid Mesa, get a Sacred Foundry just in case. We'll Dashavan, and we'll play Monetary Swift Spear. So we attack, but we're really only doing 1 damage because Clothis is going to gain them 2 life. Hopefully we steal something cool. A Bloodbraid Elf. Well, I'm glad they're not drawing that. Back to our hand. The problem is anything they take makes our Dragon Rage Channeler not great. So Searing Blaze. Okay, that could have been worse. Our life total's essentially exchanged at that point. See, they're tapping stuff, so something's going to happen. Arbor Elf, sure. Utopia Sprawl. So we are going to kill the Arbor Elf with Lightning Heals. And then we can smash it again with Ragavan, hopefully find something cool. Sunbay Canyon, I even welcome that. Lightning Helix, that out the way. Bowie. The gaining life 2 is helpful. Dashavan. Swing with our 2 guys. See if we draw anything worth throwing at them. Nope, just a mountain. Well, we'll play the Dragon Rage Channeler then. And we just hope at this point. I mean, we can Ragavan every turn. They don't put a blocker in our way. We have a redraw with Sunbay Canyon. We have a decent amount of mana. I don't think Dragon Rage Channeler will ever be a 3/3 at this point either, which is slightly problematic. But let's see what they do here. Oh, there's the Bloodbraid Elf. Okay, so we definitely should bring in Utopia Sprawl. Okay, that's the best thing that could have happened. They're welcome to attack if they want. Nope, they're going to leave it on defense. So take a bite. Lightning Bolt. You'll love to see it. So bolt this thing out the way. What would be good is... we'll put that in the bin. We'll get their creature out of the way. Seems like they might have their own bolt. All right, we can play this tapped. Then we play our Raggedy Andy here. Swing with everything. Steal anything cool. Utopia Sprawl. No, we can just let that stay in exile. So again, Klothys has really just saved them at this point on multiple levels because Klothys really does turn our graveyard pretty relevant and gains them life each turn. So that's really the hardest part right now. Really what we're hoping for... Oh, they have another Bloodbraid Elf? Far out. Really what we're hoping for is... Cinder Vines, that's fine. Ooh, no, that's not fine because Klothys became a creature. See... This one got away from us. We weren't able to convert quick enough. And next turn, we'll just put in the, what'd you call it? It's the, If we Boros Charm, we put them to 4. We still win, question mark? I mean, we go to 1, so if they have a bolt or something, we die. We get pinged. We surveil. Really want to find Eidolon or a Bauble to put in the bin. Sorcery. Actually, that does it. That goes in the graveyard. Boros Charm goes in. And we get them? They have to kill 2 of our creatures. Kinda fizzle that. Don't think they fully thought that one through. Yep. Oh, they scooped them. Oh no, we won round 1. Oh my god, I forgot. So going 1-0. Let's go into match 2. All right, we won another die roll, and we're playing Burn, so I'd absolutely love to go first. Unkeepable, no creatures. Oh my. So this is a very painful hand, but this hand could do a lot of damage on its own. So what we'll do is... What do we give up on, though? Probably one of the Darcys. So this is going to deal us a lot of damage, but hopefully our guys go fast, break our opponent. So here we go, Goblin Guide. Go. Relic of Progenitus. So we're either playing against Tron, Dredge, or Affinity? I mean, the guy has a Hall of the Storm Giants, huh? Oh, okay, so it's Blue Tron. We are playing against Blue Tron. All right, so we are gonna... take roughly 1 million, but get the Eidolon down while it can still hurt our opponent. After a while, our opponent's deck just gets too big, and we are just in go fast, break things mode. There's Condescend, that's good to know about. So it looks like they're just going to use the map next turn, which is fine by me. Boros Charm, that even gives us options. Attack with our 2 creatures. Ugin the Spirit Dragon, well, our opponent's hand is just getting more and more stacked. So they're not going to counter our spells, because they want to use that Expedition map, or they're just going to go too slow. So we'll put them to 6. Even though these spells are essentially deal 3 damage to your opponent, deal 3 damage to you. So they go to 6. They're nice and low. They're going to do their map now. They're not going to have Tron next turn, though, and we have lethal as to my count. They really can't play anything at this point, or it's lethal. Firing Vantage. So they can counter our Boros Charm at this point. But now they can't, because they'll die to Eidolon. So we'll play Darcy, and we'll try our best here. Bin. 2 cards in the graveyard. It'll be 3. They don't counter this. Oh, that's just... Go fast, Burn, go fast. All right, against Tron. We definitely want Vortexes. We definitely want Paths. Rift Bolts can get for a minute. We're bringing in some Vortexes, so let's take out 2 Baubles so we don't deal ourselves 5. Let's see, how much more do we have to take out? We have to take out 2 more cards. I guess Searing Blazes don't actually have any targets. And that means we can put a Bauble and a Rift Bolt back. Oh, wait. Smash. Hello, Smash. Put those back out. We have to cut one more thing. Probably Lightning Helix. Try it like that. I realize that's a lot of sideboard cards, but it should be okay. We can blow up their stuff. We can hopefully blow up Wormcoil Engine when it's important. Let's see how this goes, but assuming we have just as fast as a start as we had last time, it should be pretty fine. It's a fast-ish start. Inspiring Vantage into Swifty into the next turn, Dragon Rage Channeler Bolt. And then after that, we have Path to try and take away whatever they put down to stop us, which is nice. No turn 1 play, which is fine by me. Lightning Helix, that'll be fun in a different turn. But here's our Swifty. Yeah. Where's mine? See what they play. Or if they just hold up some sort of counter spell. They're going to hold up whatever counter they believe is important. Another Path. Well, we have plenty of sideboard cards. All right, so want to counter our creature. No, okay, so we'll just get full value out of the Bolt. Now, if they want to counter the Bolt now, it's fine, because hopefully the Dragon Rage Channeler gives us a lot more than the Bolt does. Here's the Condescend. That's fine. All right. No, the instant we might as well draw, because we already have instants. Like they don't have much still. Sacred Foundry untapped. Move to combat, swing with both. All right, I have a Boros Charm. You have opponent. Hopefully we find not an instant. Oh, land, perfect. Bin. 2 types. Oh no, they just take it. And now I know some people will look and say like, this doesn't seem as good. Oh, Thirst for Knowledge, go for it. As normal burn, but honestly, now I don't have to draw any more lands so long as Dragon Rage Channeler remains on the field. Or at least I'm going to draw half as many as I normally would, because half of them I'll put into the bin. We're also at 2 types on our bin right now, so if we find a sorcery or an enchantment that we can just bin, or if we find just an Eidolon, we can do that. Blast Zone. That's a problem. Lava Spike. Oh, we might as well. Eidolon, I'm actually going to leave it on top because we're going to lose our creatures. We'll come in for a swing. They should really blow up Blast Zone. Yep, that seems about right. Yeah, we don't have another thing, so they die. While they're tapped out, we might as well put them to 4. We know Eidolon is on top, which hopefully will slow them down a bit. We also have 2 paths, so their big things hopefully won't do a ton. Oh, and it's an Otawara. It's not even. Sweet. So, counterspell? No counter. Oh, Spinal Contortion. They go to 2. So now any of our things we find is lethal, as long as it's not a land. Swifty, all right. You afraid of a Swifty? Probably not. Probably because, like, you're keeping your counters for whatever I have in my hand that deals damage when you don't know I have 2 paths. Repeal. That's fine. I can replay it. Put it back out. All right. Sounds good to me. Seems like they're having a problem finding lands. Expo map, well, that's going to be solved right now. Surprised they didn't crack it. Smash. Well, unfortunately, they can fizzle our spell, so we need them to play something. Oh, they go to 1. All right, so if they play any artifact that they just can't crack in response, we're actually doing pretty okay. So they have Tron, but anything they put down, we can make go away, unless it's just like a Worm Coil. Perfect. If any other thing other than Worm Coil. All right, so first things first, may I smash your Worm Coil? And that's another W. We are 2-0. Let's go to match 3. All right, we finally lose a die roll. Oh, this has been here the whole time? I had to get rid of that because it takes up so much room. But hey, tell me in the comments if you care if the chat's there or not. This has no land mull. This seems fine. Let's put back... Oh, the mountain, actually. That does the least. Blood Crypt. Could be Scam. Could be no turn 1 play, which is nice. Now, another thing people might say is that my version's not as good, because, like, this Darcy doesn't do anything turn 1. But the thing is, I took out burn spells for Darcy, and now I have a creature, and I would much rather have some sort of creature on the field than just a handful of pure burn, because very rarely do you have a hand full of such pure burn that you can just take someone out without having to rely on draws. A Voidwalker. Do I care about Voidwalker, or do I just ignore Voider? I guess I kind of care about Voidwalker, because my things can't go off with Voidwalker, so let's just bolt it. I'm even going to bin that, even though it'll get exiled, because I don't want anything to do with it. Eidolon. I'm going to put Eidolon in the bin because it's 2 types, and then we're going to have 3 after I crack Bobble. They're just drawing a land, so. Next turn, then, we have Delirium, so Darcy will hit harder. We even get to draw something cool. Oh, another Darcy. Okay, so this feels fine. They play the land we knew about, and they just pass, so probably removal spells all around. Ragavan. Well, that changes my plan slightly. I am going to dash a van, right? Let's swing with the 2 guys. If this connects, it's going to be huge. Oh my. Seasoned Pyro. Well, we can't cast that, but I'm glad they're not going to have it. At this point, I think we cast another Dragon Rage Channeler, and we yield. And we just set up for a pretty explosive next turn. I terminate the Ragavan. They terminated a Ragavan that was going to dash back to my hand. That's how much they dislike Ragavan. An Evoked Fury. Okay, well, that's not good. I am getting punished for being greedy with Ragavan is what's happening right now. Oh, it didn't come back, though. That's fascinating. So now I need to draw creatures, even though I've already gotten rid of 4 of mine. Bobble. That's not good. I'm going to cast Bobble. I'm going to look at my own top card and see if it's worth drawing. Lightning Bolt. We don't need to draw that right away. We can just draw that off the Bobble thing and just start dealing our opponent millions of damage. No reason to play any faster than we're about to. Oh, they're just playing out a Ragavan. Well, that's going to die. You know what? We have the mana. Let's get rid of that thing. And it dies. Okay, well, there's no reason not to. Boros Charm our opponent. All right, and we draw our own Ragavan. Okay, come on, Ragavan. I feel better than having a Ragavan than if I had a Goblin Guide right now. Come on, Ragavan, connect. Oh, no. I don't think this Ragavan's connecting, guys. No, it's not connecting. This is not connecting at all. Terminate. Oh, man. All right, so we are really swinging haymakers at each other at this point. I still have a bolt, though, if he finds another Ragavan. Yeah, he still has 2 cards. I am out of cards. I have another draw on my land if I draw dead. Bobble. Well, again, we can bobble ourselves and see if it's worth cracking now or later. Swifty. So we do want to crack now. Swing in with Swifty. Opponent's at 7. We're at 18. He has 2 more cards than us. Oh, we found Riftbolt. What does he play? Please don't be another Ragavan. Okay. PZ is a thing. They had Undying Malice the whole time. Why did they let me do what I did? So play Swifty, suspend Riftbolt, and we just hope we draw something cool next turn. If we draw a Boros Charm, the game's just over. We really hope they don't find Fury. If they find Fury, that's awful. Grief, okay. Just playing Grief out as a blocker, essentially, because I'm empty-handed. Yeah, they correctly get in with the Pyro. All right, we just ult our opponent. Pump our things twice. Like we drew it up. Sometimes you just have to know your deck, guys. And if you know your deck, it just does exactly what you need it to. All right, sideboard. All right, so Sanctifiers and Core Firewalkers, yes, please. Roiling Vortexes, also yes, please. And I think that's about it. Riftbolt tends to come out. Searing Blaze is good. I guess Boros Charms, even though it just won us that game, is a little slow. I got 1 Core Firewalker and just run it like that. So we have 3 creatures. Because, like, Core Firewalker, like, yeah, it doesn't do anything against their black creatures and also dies to their black removal. Having 1, I think, is fine. And let's try... I guess we could take out 1 bobble, put this in. Let's try that. So this hand is a trap. I'm going to mull. This hand is also bad, mull. This hand is good. So what do we put back? We put back the mountain, and we have to give up on one thing. I actually think we give up on Lava Spike, and we hope we don't get griefed out of the game. But at this point, we absolutely, they could just turn 1, go to the moon. Oh, they didn't, thank God. All right, so Goblin Guide. Hopefully we don't do them too many favors. Seasoned Pyromancer. So all we got was free information. And then next turn, we could drop a Core Firewalker, and hopefully... Actually, do we want to drop the Core Firewalker, or do we want to drop the Eidolon? Evoked Fury. We're definitely dropping the Core Firewalker. They must have the trick to bring it back. Yeah, okay. So Core Firewalker is going to be our bastion at this point. Only thing better is if we drew... No, not Ragavan, unfortunately. Is if we drew the Sanctifier would have been... We didn't. We'll just have to have our pro-red guy and hope they don't have Fatal Push. If they don't have Fatal Push, this guy just holds Fury in check, which is fine by me. Oh, and it plays a Bloodstained Mire. Finally cracks a Verdant Catacomb. Probably just getting basics if they have them, yeah. Earthy Voidwalker, that's kind of annoying. But at least we're not taking 8. We're not pitching a creature per turn into the void. Sunbaked Canyon. So actually what we'll do is we'll play out Ragavan, gain a life, and then play out Eidolon. Problem is Voidwalker is going to start coming in for 3 each turn. And we really don't have a way of just dealing with Fury. We can attack past it with Core Firewalker, but that's not, like, lethal. Getting more basics, our opponent. Another Voidwalker. So this is going to go bad real fast. You should really attack with your Voidwalker. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, is my opponent seriously going to not attack with Voidwalker? That'd be a bit. All right, what do we draw? A Sunbaked Canyon. So we drew a redraw as we drew. Love a redraw. A mountain. Is Lava Spike even going to, like, help right now? I don't think so. I think we hold up like we might do something, and then we crack Sunbaked Canyon on their turn. Because this game's going to close out pretty quick unless we can take care of these Voidwalkers. We need to draw removal. All right, come on, deck. That's not good. Honestary Swift Spear, that's also not. Come on, deck, Lightning Bolt. Bloodstained Mire. Well, playing out the Swifty changes nothing. And they're going to put us to 3. So we're actually not going to play out the Swifty, and we're going to hope that we can find some removal next turn. A Lightning Helix would be ideal. This is do or die. We need to draw Lightning Helix. Lightning Bolt. That doesn't do it, because we can only take out 1. So next 1A. Do I want paths is the question. Take one of those out, put one of those in. I think that's as much as I can really kind of move around with this deck. Maybe we can take out 1 Lava Spike, put another path in. All right, this way we have a little bit more removal, because they just got us on creatures this time. So, all right, going on to game 3. This seems great. I mean, if they do the whole thing turn 1 and they end up with a 4/4 Fury, like, there's nothing I can do about that, just straight up. But we'll get to Roiling Vortex the next turn, which will stop them from evoking, or at least it'll make them pay dearly for doing so. So as long as they don't evoke Fury, like, literally right now, we're in decent shape. This is not a good sign. This is a worse sign. Oh, Ragavan. Okay, I can take care of Ragavan. So, Inspiring Vantage. We're gonna play a little greedy, because we kind of have to answer Ragavan anyway. Hopefully they don't get us now. If they get us now, then they baited me and I took it. Please just pass. Please just pass. Don't play a Fury. You can play actually, even playing Grief would be kind of... Oh, no! So we missed our window. Oh, huh. Well then, so funny thing, that was the only one of those you get. I mean, we lost one creature, so I don't feel that bad about it. Because now if they do the whole evoke thing, they take 5 to do it. It goes down to 9. That's gonna basic, yeah. Is this gonna be seasoned? NG. Wow, they see the problem with Roiling Vortex. I'm surprised. We draw? Owie. Darcy. Well, the good news is Darcy gets to come out. And once they blow up our Roiling Vortex, then Darcy's a 3/3 and they're at 9. So we'll just pass. Yep. Did they just take a whole turn to kill Roiling Vortex? Okay. I'll just let that die. Now I have a 3/3. How do you feel about that, opponent? Because I feel great. Really, we put them in like a no-win scenario because either they have this. So what happened, folks, is Magic cut out all of a sudden. The whole thing crashed. Not entirely sure what happened there. But the guy scooped. He kind of saw he wasn't going to win that game, and he scooped, so we're 3-0. Let's go on to the next one. Sorry about the weird transition, but he scooped so hard that Magic crashed, I guess. But, oh well, 3-0, we'll take it. Moving on to match 4. All right, we've won a die roll yet again. This hand seems fine. A little vanilla, perhaps, but hey, vanilla Burn is quite good. My version of Burn, in my opinion, just makes it a little grindier, a little more mid-range. But you'll notice by the fact that I am the only one playing this version of Burn should let you know just how good my version is versus stock. So why would you ever play a non-stock version of Burn? Well, the truth be told, the moment you play any amount of Magic, you're going to know all 75 cards of Burn. So playing these other cards that kind of knock people a little off their balance is nice because they're not expecting Dragon Rage Channeler. They're not expecting, all these problems. You're going to get to draw a card because I want to play Eidolon. So there you go. Goodbye. You paid 1 mana to gain 3 life and draw a card, which, I feel like that even is a Magic card, but I much rather have Eidolon down if I'm playing against Hammer, which this is either Hammer or this is this mono white affinity list that we just played that we did great with. But let's see what our opponent is up to here. Arid Mesa. This could be that mono white affinity thing. Could just be Hammer time. Giver of Runes. Looks like just Hammer time. Well, Giver's gonna get boomed. Oh, is there a second one? Oh, another Esper Sentinel, sure. Well, we have to target Giver is the thing. So play a land. Get this out the way. They're not gonna block with Esper Sentinel. Yes, I will. We'll pay my taxes when it benefits me. All right. If they go off and, Sigarda's Aid hammer us, then there's nothing we could have done about that anyway. Yeah, this is just Hammer time. Did you have it, opponent? Because there's more than one way you can have it right now. I guess the Eidolon is making them make some decisions, though. You're still Paladin, sure. I guess I don't have it. Sacred Foundry. We don't actually have enough to kill them, but they have to play a spell, and then we will. So we'll go ahead and just pass, because the moment they play a spell, they're dead. And because we actually have 9 burn in hand, if they don't play a spell, they're also dead. There's the hammer, so we'll have them take the damage. And then before things happen, kaboom. They get to draw that card, which is fine by me, because hopefully they just die. And get them. All right. Doing real good thus far. Paths, yeah. Deflecting Palm, yeah. Smash, absolutely. Searing Blaze, good. Rift Bolt, too slow. Tip of Bobble. Some Boros Charms, because I don't want more removal than any. Get rid of 1 more card. I'm almost tempted to be greedy and get rid of one of the paths. Let's try this. No land, unfortunately. We would even need 2 lands for this to be a keepable hand. Oh my. How brave am I feeling? Brave enough to fight dragons? This feels like a trap, but going down to 5 also seems infinitely worse, so let's get rid of a Wooded Foothills and hope we just draw into fire. Okay, well, our opponent has a really good start. Through more lands, that's bad. So we'll just cast Ragavan. And hopefully next turn we find some sort of removal spell. Otherwise, we are pretty toasty. Is that all they have? Fascinating. Well then, so Arid Mesa, and we try and bait at this point. Oh, see, I didn't expect them to do that. I thought they would have spun up the Ink Moth Nexus, but shame on me, I suppose. Wait, why did it get indestructible? Oh, because it just gets okay. It just gets indestructible, and the +2/+2 is if it's an artifact. There goes Ragavan. Here's Steel. And we're just drawing lands, which is awful. Straight up awful. Oh, we played that in the wrong order. Oh, well. I don't think we're winning this game, folks. Luckily, we won game 1. Anyway, what else you got, opponent? Another Pure Steel Paladin. That's normally not a good sign. I mean, it gets him to take 2 damage, which is fine by me. We need something to give Darcy flying. That's not going to do it. All right, we unfortunately pass. We need to find literally anything that's not a land at this point. Looks like they're just going to pass. I would be attacking in with one of the pure steals, but, you know, I'm me. Bobble, that'll do. So we take a little damage, but hey, omelets and eggs. G-Guide. I don't think G-Guide's going to help us right now. All right. What's on top of our deck? Because we have a fetch land if we don't like it. We don't like it. We get our last fetchable land, but now we have a flyer. Ho, ho, ho. They should really Ink Moth this. Guess not. I mean, they know I have nothing else. So what's happening here is I'm empty-handed. So they could have, for free, blocked with Ink Moth Nexus. But now I have something that blows up artifacts and deals damage. So this went from I thought we were super dead to actually we might get away with it. Stoneforge, sure. Now they just go get the hammer. Shadow Spear, sure thing. Please play mana right now to put that out. I promise I won't break it into a million pieces. Heh. It's almost like they know that's not a good idea. Lightning Helix. So we have multiple things we can try and do here. Well, first things first, just swing in the air. All right. We have to like use our Helix and our Smash to be tricky. Just putting it into the battlefield? Why? They could have just cast it. Oh, I guess because of Eidolon they're worried. Actually, before you draw any more cards, can I try and kill this thing? Bolt goes on top. Oh, we got to kill it. Neat. They get to draw cards, though. Does that mean we get them? I think that means we get them. No attacks. Going to end. I think we just... Ow? I mean, they might have removal for... Oh, no, we win the match. 4-0, going to match 5. Ta-da! All right, so with the exception of Game 3, we've won all our die rolls today, so lady luck on my side. 4 lands, but 2 are redraws, so we'll keep. And also, we only have 18 lands, so hopefully this means we just never draw land again for the rest of the game. Especially since Bloodstained Mire takes out yet another land from our deck, so... Bingies crossed, go get a mountain, play Swifty. I'm screaming in with Monetary Swifty Speary. Pendelhaven, Noble Hierarch, we'll get Searing Blazed off the field. So I'm pretty sure we're up against Infect right now. So if you can't count to 20, might I recommend playing Infect, and then you only need to count to 10. Red, Searing Blaze, our opponent, and Kapawi. All right, scream in for 2. Get him down to 14. No problems. Yep, definitely Infect. Ooh, plays a tap, though, so they don't have nothing. That's great. So play this. Play Dragon Rage Channeler. We're going to save Lightning Helix. I feel like it might be more helpful to use that later to try and kill a creature. They'll probably have a million, like, protection spells, but we can try. Lightning Helix goes on top. So they're at 9, and we know we're drawing... Helix. So in theory, if they deal themselves damage, we could probably just steal this. Let's see what they play. Blighted Agent. Sure. Hopefully they don't block Blighted Agent and they die? I can hope. They can make it a 2-3, which is fine, but I'm hoping between our creatures here, we can get some fatalities going on. All right. The first things first is we swing. Oh, they didn't block. Okay, well, works for Brian. Searing Blaz. Graveyard. Just trying to pump Darcy at this point. Lands aren't actually painful when you have Lightning Helix. Ooh, Bobble to Bin, and then our thing gets bigger, and we absolutely take it now. Even if they somehow kill one of our things. Yep, moving on to game 2. Against Infect, we definitely want those. Collecting Palm's interesting. What do we not want? Riftbolt's too slow. He says, like, every game. Probably even take out some Bobbles. Put in our 3 paths. Huh. Anyway, I'm gonna go with the Deflecting Palm, see if it works. I think we have to mull this. Oh no. Okay. What do we get rid of? Get rid of Goblin Guide. We get rid of Swifty. Hope Dragon Rage Channeler can be grindy enough. Because like if they do a turn 1/1 drop, we have to bolt it. Yup, that's gonna get killed. So turn 1, goodbye. I mean, we're on a mull to 5, so we're pretty behind the 8 ball at this point. But you know, maybe they really needed that Noble Hierarch. Doesn't look like it. Probably getting a breeding pool, play a Blighted Agent. All right. Hope that there was their only Infect creature, because we will be killing that as well. Mountain. Not that it matters when I think about it, because they're not actually dealing us damage. Hopefully we can keep the top of our deck. Removal. Swifty. No, I think Swifty goes to the bottom. Or goes to the bin, rather. But I took a more grindy approach to this rather than a fast approach, because I honestly think Infect is just faster. Ink Moth Nexus. Well, that's just another thing that could kill us. Kitchen Finks. Sure. You know, okay. Weird. Wasn't on my bingo card. Inspiring Vantage. Sure, why not? All right, come on, deck. Show me something that'll give him flying. Path. No, we'll leave that on top. And we just ship the turn. This is a card I haven't seen in quite some time. But again, like, gaining 4 life is normally more than enough. Pendelhaven, sure. The problem is we're pretty empty-handed now, so unless we can really grind with Dragon Rage Channeler, we're pretty behind the 8 ball. We already know what we're drawing to. We're drawing a Path, which, I mean, will maybe save us, but they do have things that give their creatures hexproof. Looks like they're just going to deal us 2 in the air. Yep. They can attack us on both fronts. That does not matter. Come on, deck. Well, no, we actually knew about the Path to Exile, Brian. Don't be silly. Might as well attack with Darcy. No reason not to. Every point of damage, I suppose. Okay, Verdant Catacombs, Cracks. I mean, they're at the point where they could definitely just kill us with Inkmoth Nethixis if they have the right cards in hand. I don't know if they do or don't. Okay, it's a land. Sure, we get attacked with both again. Yep, that's fine. All right. I guarantee you they have some way to save this. Are they just going to do it even before I get to Surveil? They're just so excited to dunk on me. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, I would want to dunk on me too. Yeah, one of their many hexproof jobs. We still get to Surveil, though. No, I don't think a creature's going to do it. Need removal. Hit again. Foundry tapped. Ragavan. Well, we got nothing better going on. We're at 5, which probably means we're dead. Pretty high chance. Got him halfway there, but then what happens? Spell Pierce. Well, oh well. I'm pretty sure that means we're dead this game. Ragavan goes back to hand. They gotta have a way to deal 3 more infect damage in that hand of theirs. We've gone the whole game. Because they're gonna get 2 already. Yep, there's the 2/2 part. What we're gonna have to do is, if we don't find removal, we'll have to leave Dragon Rage Channeler. Like, even if we find a Lava Spike, we'll want to do it second main phase so it doesn't force attack, which would be great. The Kitchen Finks don't attack. Thanks, Ragavan. Oh no, maybe we just go to 7 infect. Okay, so we found exactly what I said, which is Lava Spike. So what we're gonna do is we'll Dashavan, swing with just Ragavan, block with Kitchen Finks, which would be the only reason why they didn't attack. Yeah, that's fine. That comes back as a 2/1. They gain 2 more life. We might as well just get this out the way. Now, I realize they have a second guy, but at least we have a blocker. Lightning Helix stays on top. I mean, if they have, you know, all sorts of things, they can still get us right now, but we are scrapping as much as we can. I mean, really, they could just wait, take the 3, and then they won't die, but they don't know that. I mean, they're at 9. They should probably be able to figure that out, because we have to attack with Dragon Rage Channeler. So if they just chill, if they don't have it, if they have it, that's one thing. If they have the ability to deal the 3 damage with either Inkmoth Nexus, that's one thing. Listener Elf. Okay. Right, here comes 1 Inkmoth Nexus. There's no reason to deal yourself. Oh, unless you have lethal, then yeah, absolutely deal yourself damage. Okay, he must have lethal. His last card must be a pump spell. Uh-huh. He pumps whatever one I don't block and I lose, I think. I mean, I don't know what else he could possibly be hoping for. Wings with the 2 Thinger-Dingers. It won't counter. Gotta find out what his last card is, because he dealt himself damage, so he has to have some kind of pump spell. Oh, he doesn't. Fascinating. The problem now is the Dragon Rage Channeler has to attack. So unless he makes, like, a big oopsie. I can't even make an oopsie because it flies. Alright, so Dragon Rage Channeler goes in for 1. All he has to do is get to combat. Let's see if he does anything else. I don't know why he dealt himself damage. Oh, that thing is a thing. He saw the swing with both of them. Well, just for fun, we'll try and blow it up, see if we can learn anything about his deck. I mean, really, he should just let everything go at this point. Spell Pierce. You know what? Fine. You wanna play this game? I'm more than happy to play this game. Eidolon, no, leave that on top. I mean, we're dead anyway. We don't need to show him any. And we die to Glistener Elf. A boo. All right. So is there anything we could possibly give up on because we want more of something? I guess Lava Spikes don't actually deal damage directly to our opponent. So let's get rid of the Lava Spikes, or 2 of their creatures. So bring in the Rift Bolts, bring in a Deflecting Bomb, bring in 1 Lava Spike. Try that. This seems good. If they don't kill Monkey, then hopefully Monkey just takes over the game. Opponent also kept 7. Fine by me. Monkey time. Whatever they play, we can Searing Blaze. If they play nothing, then we just get to hold up our removal, which is even better. What are you drawing, opponent? Inkmoth Nexus, our least favorite character. Well, hopefully we can go fast enough where that doesn't matter. Because pretty much now all of our removal is just to ping their creatures off the field. Mountain is not going to do it to help. All right, what's their first turn play? Nothing. That sounds amazing. So, play Mountain, hold up Lightning Helix, swing with Ragavan? We only steal a land, so let's just Lava Spike them. We are still Burn. So at the end of turn 2, we've taken down 25% of their life. So let's hope we're in a position where that's enough. They got a Breeding Pool. There's no way it comes in untapped. It's the end of turn. Yeah, that's what I thought, opponent. Opponent's taking a little bit to play, but I suppose we are giving them more decisions than when you play against Burn. Please play a Blighted Agent. Ugh, Sinner Boy. Arid Mesa. Okay, so play Arid Mesa. Try and Searing Blaze it off the field. If they go for a save, we can Lightning Helix it. Spell Pierce. Get a Mountain. Okay, we'll definitely just pay the 2. All right, and Ragavan gets to connect again. And that exactly was a moment where Ragavan was legitimately better than Goblin Guide, because we had mana. Might of Old Kroza. Doesn't really do us much after the fact, so we'll let that go away. There's the Inkmoth Nexus, finally. And a Glistener Elf. Hopefully we draw more removal. Searing Blaze. Well, just what the doctor ordered. See if we can get away with this again. All right, well, unfortunately for you, I happen to have 2. All right, they're still at 6, which is great. Back with Ragavan. Put them to 4. Do we want a Noble Hierarch? Guess it doesn't hurt. More mana than we ever know what to do with my Noble Hierarch. So they can still kill us, actually. So if they animate, if they play a land, then animate, then scale up, then Might of Old Kroza, they still get us. But they need a land to do. Meanwhile, Ragavan just MVPing all over the place. All right, Blighted Agent. That's actually pretty fine to see, because we're going to draw a whole bunch of cards just looking for removal at this point. G-Guide, not exactly what we're looking for here, so we'll crack this to draw again. Rift Bolt. That's fascinating. I mean, I guess we could try and Rift Bolt. Do we want to do it that way, or do we want to use the Noble Hierarch? I guess we can use the Noble Hierarch. See what they got to stop that. They got nothing. Goblin Guide? And Victory? I mean, I can't think of anything they can use to... Ignoble gets exiled this time. And that's 5-0, folks. That is a quick, easy 5-0. We lost a game 2 here or there, but you'll notice every single match just took it down. So, yeah, I play a lot of jank decks here. Yeah, I don't often have, all the cards I want for the decks here, because I have a lot in Modern right now as far as money is concerned. But this was a 1-to-1 representation of exactly what I'm doing. So, yeah, this in my opinion, is the best version of this deck for me. Is this the best version of Burn? I think the meta speaks for itself. No. Probably the more vanilla Burn is the one that a lot of people have success with. This one I feel like is a little more grindy. It has a little more going on with it. I think a lot of the times, too, because Burn is such a cheap and accessible deck, that a lot of people just buy the stock Burn deck and they go from there. And honestly, I do recommend that. I do recommend, hey, buy the stock Burn list and just try that, get your feet wet, start playing with it, see what you like about it, sort of thing. Whereas this version of the deck, I tuned and fiddled with and, stole from different people and, really came up with the exact 75 cards that works best for me. And, yesterday I took down a local event with it. Today you saw me take down all comers. And yeah, there's nothing I really want to change with this deck. And as you guys know, those of you who stay until the very end of the videos, you get to see something cool. So let's go to the Black Void and indeed look at something cool. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Black Void. Now, I don't think there's anything that would be more appropriate to show off than this. This is my Burn deck. This is the literal 75 cards that you saw me play. There's a couple of things that are cool in here to look at. So here, I'll just kind of go around with it. You can see I have the full art, here, Brian, full art Swifties. Look kind of weird because of the black background going on right now, but that is the Monastery Swift Spear kind of full arts going on. We have, yeah, it should look very familiar to everyone who just watched. Oh, my Boros charms are also kind of cool. There we are. You can see there the Boros charm just looking quite nice in the full art from Commander. And yeah, no, this is exactly what you saw. So this is me putting my money where my mouth is. And funny thing about this deck, yeah, I even have the same art as much as I can get away with it. So and the paths are the same. You will notice one thing, though. And this entire YouTube channel should say it, I'm not always about just winning. Magic is about playing what you want to play to have fun with it. If you have a deck you think I'd have fun with, please email it to me at HeyDummyPlayThis@gmail.com. That's HeyDummyPlayThis@gmail.com. And, there are times where I want to win, and there's times where I just want to do something stupid. And if I win, even better. Literally next week at my LGS, I'm going to be playing Illusions Tribal, a video that got absolutely botched here that I'm going to have to redo one day. But, you can have fun. But if you have fun winning, or if you just want to have a deck that you have like me that is asleep, Burn is now asleep. That deck is going to stay in my closet until I have another reason to bring it out, because it is just a little bit too much for my local meta, truth be told. It's really unnecessary, but it's nice to have, and it's nice to bring it out every now and then and remind myself, hey, I'm actually not that bad at this. If I decide I really do want to play, I do have those decks to play, and if I have all the cards I need and I'm not substituting, it works out quite well. So enough grandstanding about how awesome I am. Thank you guys very much for coming along for the ride. Remember, please email me a list if you think you have something fun you want me to take a peek at. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and thank you guys very much for coming along for the ride. See you for the next one. Later.